Carried her from London to Lagos.
Hi, I'm Lucy Nesta. Welcome to IPI Solutions Nigeria Limited. Today on our interview segment, we have the CEO of IPI Solutions, Mr. Adamu Graba, who will be telling us about digital business transformation. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Esther.
Okay, we'd like you to tell us more about what digital business transformation means.
Digital business transformation is actually another term for fourth industrial revolution. You know, if you go back to history, there is a way market economy works. There are ways in which business operates. There are some standard guides, regulations, principles, procedures that makes businesses function. Now, some things happen somewhere around 1600 when we have the kind of internal combustion engine and the evolution of mechanics, what is called the first industrial revolution. And it has transformed the market economy massively at that time until somewhere around early this century, 21st century, we now have what is called second industrial revolution, the evolution of electricity, you know, and stuff like that. Till when we have third industrial revolution somewhere around 1945 onward, when we have the evolution of telecommunications and up to internet services that we're enjoying. And now we are in the age where we have an emerging democratization in the way people do things and the way people consume services and products and the way people interact with their environment and technology. And this is what is called the fourth industrial revolution, powered by what is called the cloud technology that we always market. Cloud is actually a technology platform that enables the possibilities for people to harness, tap, and exploit their potential, and then achieve the greatest kind of intellectual capacity they are trying to project out there. So, digital transformation is your ability to define your business structure and your business operating framework in line with the current cloud technology environment, whereby you digitalize your process end to end, you eliminate the process, the gap between your buyers, and if you're a seller, you now create your availability as much as possible by leveraging the power of cloud. You transform your entire business operations from the way you order things in the supply chain to the way you deliver them. If you're a service provider, from the way you click the button to start the work to the way you now click exit to leave the service, you know, all those processes is called digital transformation. You use technology, especially the cloud technology, most recommended one that we do, Microsoft technology like Microsoft Azure platform, to leverage on that platform and then be able to digitally transform your business. So digital transformation is actually a new way of doing business, a better way of doing the business, and a more democratic way of making sure you tap the power of technology to get the best products and services out there to your customers.
Well, as we all know, to many people, digital transformation is just a dictionary term. What can you say is the essence of digital transformation to an individual or to a business organization?
The whole essence of digital transformation, as I mentioned earlier, is harnessing the power of technology to do more and achieve more and get more things done within the shortest possible of time. The possibilities that previously you are unable to do that. I traced back initially with you the evolution of technology, and at each point there are limitations. When you have mechanics, there are limitations because there are no electric cables and it pass over them. When you create electricity and then begin to transmit data and voice over it, when we have telecommunications, you know, infrastructure, this is also things that is happening, but then there is no democracy in the whole system because you have to depend on top to bottom kind of decision, and then you have to define and follow a lot of bureaucratic process. Now we have a system that enables you to create your own product from wherever it is, and then you have the cloud where you can leverage upon it to ride on and get this your product across the wider global audience that it has never been possible before. Now, I can give you a simple example. We have a business that's set up that around this business transformation, digital transformation, something like maybe Facebook. They have set up a collaboration social media network. They are sitting in their data center somewhere in the United States, and they were able to reach global audience, enabling almost over 1 billion users on their platform.
Yeah.
And that is what is called the power of digital transformation. So what it means is that when you leverage on the digital transformation infrastructure to enable your business, your audience is no more defined by the geography where your business operates. Your audience is now global. Opportunity has been given to businesses to make sure they succeed by leveraging on a better business platform, which is like a digital transformation, which is using the digital transformation, cloud technology, for instance, to be able to reach out the wider audience. We at IPI always recommend Microsoft Cloud technology for doing that.
Oh, cool. Thank you. So, do you think digital transformation from what you've made us to understand is actually relevant in our country, Nigeria?
It is very relevant. I can tell you statistically we have more than 96 million people on Facebook in Nigeria, though majority of them via mobile, So, and many social media platforms, WeChat, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, millions of Nigerians, LinkedIn. So it means it's very relevant. Actually, people are consuming the service in this country. They are also enjoying it. They are getting things done. They are connecting to their friends and people outside there. They are able to reach out, consume the service, and get things done. So what are you doing as an enterprise organization to conform, to design your business, to align to this framework so that you can be able to escape the challenges of disruption that is coming into your market? The way the current banking system operates is very traditional. The way the current maybe manufacturing system operates is very traditional. The way our healthcare services is being delivered in this country is still very, very traditional. So how do you create it in such a way that it conforms to the global norm, to the current order, to conform and appeal to the millennials, the cyber generation, the young guys, young and women that are joining workspace? You understand what I mean? How do you design your business to key into these things? Because if you don't do that, someone will come up with something that is far better than your own, that will appeal to the wider audience and it will shock you out of business. We have these things in the very places, like I mentioned earlier in my discussions with something like Uber. They set up a business, they are not taxi, they don't have fleet of cars, and they took over the entire operation of taxi in the world, reaching almost $50 billion industry. Now you can see this kind of disruption, what it has done even to us here in Nigeria, even in Lagos, when many taxis, many of them are fighting Uber. If you go to many countries like in China, like in Bangladesh, Malaysia, they are all confronting Uber. Why? Because they feel like it's digitally disrupting their business. And it's not the fault of Uber. Uber was able to think ahead of time, was able to create a platform that enabled people, that appeal to wider audience, and convince them to use it, that is efficient, that is predictable, that is very natural, that is conforming to the latest norm, so they were able to dissolve the taxi operations in the world. So all businesses stand a chance of getting themselves in alignment with that structure, or they stand the chance of getting away from the tide of the ocean and then shut out of business. That's exactly what it is.
Well, so in all you've said, you've showed us the goals of digital business transformation in our society. Now, would you actually say there is any disadvantage to this digital transformation in the line of business?
There is nothing in this world that doesn't even have a pros and cons.
Yeah. Okay.
It is natural. And one thing that I believe as a global citizen is that a lot of things is being done to make sure that these things are taken care of, especially in the area of security and privacy of information. Many people are complaining, I put my data online, how does it happen? But it's not like that. It's a norm. It's a process. It's an order that you need to follow, because there is a way people work. Things are inevitably changing. Situations inevitably arise that give birth to the demand for something that needed to be supplied to be able to address Bishop calling those demands. The amount of data we generate today as an individual, one person, the amount of data you generate as an individual is more than the data that was collected 5,000 years ago from 1945 downward, according to some statistics. 5,000 years ago, the whole world, the amount of data that was gathered for the whole world 5,000 years ago from 1945 downward, the amount of data you generate now, in your life, it is much more than that. So you see, this is a very serious issue. Businesses are generating a lot of data. And the only way you can kind of enable intelligence in your operations is by the amount of data you're able to gather in the line of running your operations. Now, and also while you run this operation, there is what is called interdependency. You depend on technology in many cases for you to be able to enable your business and be very efficient and stay more productive. Digital transformation becomes very relevant because it gives you the cloud and its power and to be able to deliver efficiency. Now, most businesses, if you notice, used to have a lot of challenges when it comes to efficiency, availability, serviceability, kind of robustness. Sometimes, like currently, how technology markets is happening, you set up a large data center in-house, build servers, build racks, put networking, and empower yourself, especially in countries like Nigeria where the infrastructure is not as solid as it is, as it should be. So you are always struggling between NEPA and generator. Your dependency kind of chain is very, very wide. You have to depend on generator, you depend on UPS, you depend on sometimes solar energy, you depend on the diesel delivery person, you depend on a lot of things. You don't need that in businesses. If you are operating in a business where per second things are happening, people per second get access to many things online. And then you can't afford to be out of this line for 1 minute. Therefore, you must depend on a platform that is this available 99.9%. And that is actually what the cloud is able to offer and provide in the market economy. So with the cloud, you can put up your data, it remains 99.9% available, you connect from anywhere, you access the service anywhere, you will provision your products and services within the maximum period of 1 week, and the whole wider audience of the world will get it. And you don't have to care about maintenance of the data center, maintenance of the generator, diesel delivery man, all those chains are cut off. All you need to do, pay subscription, get yourself connected, and then you are working. And I know that practicing self-medication is very bad to you. You can't be sick today and then decide to just rush to a doctor and then maybe to go to chemist and prescribe yourself. You shut yourself down. And not all businesses are IT businesses. When I'm doing banking, I don't have any business with IT. All I have business in my depositors fund. Let them bring more money so that I can be able to give good returns to my shareholders. Why do I need to invest in IT? I don't need that. All what I need is to get people. The same way I would go to hospital and attend to a doctor to get treatment. All I need is to get people that are very proficient in IT, like IPI, who leverage a wider, globally acceptable standard kind of platform, like Microsoft Azure, and then plug you up. And then you don't have any problem. You continue running, continue giving service, and then you have less issue. So that, I think, is actually why it's very relevant.
Wow. So you've spoken so much on the advantage of digital business transformation, and most people probably wouldn't get to understand so many things until we know the disadvantages. Now, you said earlier that it's really important for us to uphold this digital transformation in our country, Nigeria, because of the numerous advantages you've listed out. What do you think are the disadvantages to businesses if they don't key into this transformation trend going on right now in probably every sector?
They go out of business. One young guy sitting in a room, his mother's room, for instance, create a structure that will give you insurance services very easy. All you need is just create the app, put it out for people. I have an issue, I make a claim, money comes into my account, I was able to attend to the claim. Why do I need to go to one insurance company and I need to sign big documents and hustle through all the process, while from somebody in his mother's room who I don't need to know was able to give me the services online? You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So the risks, just few guys sitting in one location, creating that concept and then putting it online, tie down their processes, tighten their loose ends, and then take them out of business. I find it more comfortable to buy things online, than even going to one shop and then start queuing up. With the evolution of digital banking that we are seeing now, how many people goes to bank to withdraw?
Yeah.
Very few people. You go to ATMs and do your withdrawals, you sit down and do your transfers online, and the number keeps increasing. So let's assume that you are the bank that doesn't have the structures. How are you going to run your business? It's a very serious problem. So each industry sector needs to conform or risk getting out of the line.
No, that's right. So coming back to our country as a whole, what do you think would probably be the downfall or the drawback in the economic sector if we don't transform to the digital business transformation trend right now?
The drawback in this industry, like in Nigeria as a whole,
Yeah.
of course, Nigeria has numerous problems, but the problem we have is that we don't tend to really address the root cause of the problem of the country.
Okay.
There are some key salient root causes that, but it's only when you were able to fix them, when you were able to address them, that you can actually be able to harness and tap into the power of everything, not just technology, that comes to your market and succeed. I was reading some statistics a few days back around World Fact Book, the CIA reports on the countries and what they export out. The two countries that are growing up higher, US and China, if you know what is the value of what they export, where they make most of their money is in electronics. I was shocked. If you go to countries like UK, you go to countries like US, like Germany, they make their money in transportation and automotive, cars, and stuff like that, all these automotive things. You understand what I mean? But Nigeria, oil, we depend on what is on the ground to be able to live. And this is a very huge challenge. And this is not actually outside of the country. Electronics cannot be created by environment. We can't get electronics on the ground. People need to think, design programmatically the structure of how the inputs should work so that you can have the input and output that will give certain result. And so when you harness human capital potentials and then try to give them enabling environment to be able to tap into the power of their intellectual capacity, then you stand a chance of growth. But Nigeria will have a fundamental root cause problem. And until we solve this root cause problem, it's very unlikely that we are going to really get it right and be among the strongest nations. But it's a very optimistic country. It's a country that will come out.
So if I get you correctly, you just painted out the fact that the root cause of some of the problems we're having in our country are not actually the problems, but the lack of digital transformation in our country.
No. What I mean is that the root cause of the problem of the country needs to be fixed.
Okay.
If we don't fix the root cause of the problem, therefore getting every sector of the economy to keep in an aligned global order is going to be a very huge challenge. There is a lot of negative publicity about the country and how it works. So until we solve the root cause of the problem, which the root cause of the problem of the country, to the best of my knowledge, is identity problem. The country have a lot of identity crisis. And when a child is born without a father, you can imagine the amount of investment this child can do to try to identify who the father is. So the problem of Nigeria, when the colonial masters are pulling out, they leave us with a geographical boundary and a sheet of paper, a constitution. And then they say that, okay, this is who you are as Nigeria, and that is your geography, and therefore, this is how you should work. So when this happened,
okay,
there are issues started, and eventually nobody have anything to strongly identify with Nigeria other than this geography and that piece of paper constitution. And if you go to advanced countries like the United States, for instance, a reference country for every nation, you find out that an ordinary American citizen is very proud of his country. That's what makes America great.
yeah.
But in our own case in Nigeria, because of identity problem, we have problem identifying ourselves as Nigerians. And the biggest problem is because the Nigeria itself does not have a definite identity for itself that will encourage the citizens to see themselves as proud of being identified with Nigerians. So eventually, especially with the younger generations that are coming out, we are being born in a country, that usually has no definite identity that gives us the confidence for our future. That is why you see a lot of ills going on in society, like corruption, like injustice, like a lot of nepotism, a lot of confusion happening in the system. All around, you elect person based on integrity, you elect person who doesn't have integrity, you still have the same result. Simply because what makes up the country is not the geographic border or the paper, it's actually the people, the individual Nigerians. But the problem with individual Nigerians is that the country does not give them a definite identity. So when you have identity crisis, as I mentioned earlier, You give birth to a child who doesn't have a father. Most of the times you see him struggling all over the world trying to know who his father is. You understand what I mean? So when you are in a place where it doesn't have identity, you live on hope. And that's why you see the country becomes one of the most religious countries. Because the only place where you keep hope alive is to go to religious countries. You know, they tell you what you want to hear, and then you become, your hope is alive. But unfortunately, it's good for hopes to be alive, but it shouldn't be indefinite. You should have a destination. You should be reflective. If I lighten a torch to you, I expect a reflection so that I can see light. You understand what I mean? But because you don't have an identity, you don't have a destination to put your hope on, then the hope becomes indefinite. So when the hope becomes indefinite, you'll be so confused that you're looking for a solution, and that solution now relies on something supernatural. And that's why people jump to different things. And even when you go to different centers, you find out that you have different denominations, different people with those within these denominations. A lot of confusion because we are struggling to identify ourselves as who we are. And that is why you have people from one side of the country saying that we don't know Nigeria, we are Boko Haram. And we don't know Nigerians, we are OPC. And we don't know Nigeria, we are Biafra. You understand what I mean? Because there is no strong identity on the system. Once you have a strong identity, you eliminate everything. Once you assure a particular senator that his future, his children's future, his great-grandchildren's future is secure by virtue of him being a senator because of the policy you enact around his pension, around his gratuity, around allowances, around, he doesn't have any reason to steal. But the reason why you see them stealing big, parking billions of naira that they don't even know what to do with it, is because they are trying to secure a future. Because why? The identity of the place where they belong does not guarantee them sustainability, does not guarantee their children's future. So they are afraid. So what they do is that they steal the money, they take it to the country where it has a definite identity. So until we get the identity of this country proper, we'll always be handling our secondary issues.
So really then, the corruption as it is largely painted, which is supposed to be the core root of our problems in this country, is not actually our problem.
It is not a problem of this country. What is the problem is desperation. Okay. When you don't have what tomorrow holds for you, you'll be desperate to secure that tomorrow. So when you are desperate, you do everything. When you are elected to be a senator, or you are elected to be a governor or a president, member of state assembly or whatever it is, you have opportunity to sign checks, you look to your pocket first. Why? Because you don't know what tomorrow holds for you. You don't believe in the country. There is no system that encourages you to attach to this country patriotically. So this is where the problem is. But we need to create an identity platform. Create a process that will educate, enlighten, enable Nigerians to believe in the identity of Nigeria. And then believe that the geographic border where we live is actually our final destination. And that people should see it reflecting back to them. Then they will now have a definite hope. And when they have the hope, it rekindles their willpower. And once the willpower is rekindled, they now follow through this willpower to function and to achieve things. It enhances the market economy. It makes everything to be very, very possible. Now in Nigeria, because of this identity crisis, we remain emerging economy despite having all the potential to be one of the best economies in the world. There is no person in the world that will wake up today that will not buy something or sell something, or at least wish to buy something or wish to sell something. But there are many people out there that doesn't know where to buy those things somebody is selling or where to sell those things that somebody is looking for it. So if a 180 million people market, each and every one will have a platform to be able to transact with each and every one within those geographic borders. Trust me, there will be no poor man in this country. But because there is this desperation of, is this really, where are we? A lot of confusion sets in. And that is why we have nepotism, we have corruption, we have this, we have that, and then confusion now sets into the system.
I must say, I strongly agree with you with all the points you pointed out so far. And this is the first time I'm actually hearing corruption is not really our problem in this country. Now, coming back to how this can be resolved, how do you think digital business transformation can actually fix the policy or fix this policy we're on about?
According to Lee Kuan Yew, the former Prime Minister of Singapore, he said that human ingenuity is infinite when it comes to selfish self-gratification. Human ingenuity is very infinite. You will create many things. The only thing that helps to check human excesses is accountability. And the only thing that enthroned this accountability is technology platform. There is nothing you ever do since the time you joined Facebook that Facebook cannot account for it if it is requested for. There is nothing you ever do on a bank that relies on technology to deliver that cannot be accounted for.
Yeah.
Today we have EFCC capturing people that have been stealing money. How do they do that? They leverage on technology to be able to track down those people that have stolen money and then bring them to justice. Now, when you imagine you have checks and balances, technology system implemented across the chain within the Nigerian governance structure, who is going to do those things? Even if it's going to happen, it will be very minimal, in most cases even tractable, because you have transparency across the chain. I know what comes out in the economy, and I know where it is pumped into. I know the result that came out, and I can be able to see it live. And any other citizen of Nigeria can be able to see it. So when you democratize the process of the governance of the country by imbibing the right technological tools and rely upon it to be able to deliver efficient government services, public services generally, and also all businesses within the private sector and the non-governmental sectors, we're able to imbibe technology to control transparency, then you will eliminate all forms of these issues that we are pointing out. You're able to see it live, you can track it. So that is why technology is very important in assisting this country to get out of all the problems it faces. Once we have a strong identity platform, we hype Nigerians. Everybody knows that he's a Nigerian by identity and is proud to be. Do we even need to maintain the name Nigeria? Maybe we need to change the name. Maybe we need to have a consensus and then look into a better name for the country. And then maybe say that we have a very more sweeter name that will keep us strong, that will keep us high, that will keep us like very much alive. If you hear the name, you feel like it's exciting. You understand what I mean? So maybe this is even what we need. So rebrand the country, make it a very proud component for each citizen, align the citizen with it. Then you now put technology and see the citizen monitoring technology and making sure that nobody tampers with it. Then you create a very equitable, inclusive, justifiable, and very productive society with a productive economy that will enable everybody to contribute.
Alright, speaking of accountability, as you just mentioned earlier, don't you think it can also be assessed, it can also be taken away, it can also be, there's always a disadvantage to every advantage that rises up, and even no matter how secured that can be, what are the disadvantages to even the accountability itself is that it may be tampered with, it may be stolen, it may be covered up.
Of course, there are national security interests governing all interactions when it comes to government. But the fact.
What are the disadvantages to even the accountability itself is that it may be tampered with, it may be stolen, it may be covered up.
Of course, there are national security interests governing all interactions when it comes to government. But the fact that people through this digital transformation to operate an open society, a very open society. These are public services. They need to go public as much as possible for me and you to know what is happening in my country from everywhere. When you are a president, you are a public citizen, and everything about you now have to be transparent. The more transparent you are, the better it is. But there are concerns around national security interests. When you have some secrets, for instance, that is Nigerian defined, that protects Nigerians' interests in Ghana and that protects Nigerian interests in Switzerland, or maybe you are secret information, you are secret agents moving around in other countries to be able to guard, protect, ensure that your secret information is happening, or maybe traversing information over the internet to make sure that your information is properly tightened up and then secure without being disclosed to other parties. This also can be considered. But to guarantee you this, there is no system in the world that can guarantee 100% confidentiality. That prevents you from some privacy disclosures.
Yeah.
There is no system in the world that can do that. But you can minimize it. There are countries that have a lot of interests in this world that have invested massive amount of resources and assets, globally to be able to get things. Even though some of their information have been leaked out, but they're still getting things on. So you have to prorate, you have to measure the pros and cons and then put them on a scale. If the net positivity is far higher than the net negativity, then you are good to go. You can't already eliminate negative.
Yes, that was where I was coming to.
Yes.
So on a scale of probably 100, it's on a positive scale of probably 90%.
You are good to go.
Right.
You are good to go. Yes. You can't say you 100% are conduits secure and everything you are doing. If we do that, you are even like trying to achieve 100% efficiency as human activities. It's not possible, but it's better because it's moving you forward. It's enabling your market. Nigeria is not, you can't call it exclusively a country. It's like more of a marketplace. So when you are thinking Nigeria's whatever security interests or Nigeria's structural interests, you look into Nigeria in a global space, not Nigeria in this geographic border we have. You look into our position in a global space. Now, when you put these checks and balances, accountability, if you notice last time we went into recession, the problem is that foreign investors are not coming in, the money is not coming in, the dollar is not coming in, and therefore we are in recession.
Yeah.
Now, when you open the economy, create the structure required for accountability and transparency, that the foreign investor will now be able to predict. Investors, what they love is prediction. If they can be able to predict that yes, if I impute $10 in this economy, I'm going to reap $100 because I can be able to see transparently how the money market moves in this economy, then I'm stable.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is where the challenge is.
Wow, that has been so much enlightening, and thank you for your time. I'm sure we have so much. We haven't really covered all of our questions, but on the next segment, we will be having you again, talking to us more about the second phase of the digital business transformation. And it's been so enlightening. Thank you for coming around, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Carried her from London to Lagos to